Okay, I'm going to show you how to make some really cheap, ultra lightweight camping food to carry with you. The camping shops tend to stock things like this. This is a military version, but it's pretty much the same thing. These are meals ready to eat, so they're fully hydrated. You just need to warm them up and then eat them. They're fine, but they're about £4.50 a shot, and they're heavy because they've already got the water in them. You can get dehydrated ready meals as well, but again they're very expensive, and you might as well make something up that you know you like and for less money. I'll show you how to do that. What I think is with these, because they're already hydrated and they're heavy, it's better to carry the water in a water bottle, so if you get stuck it's better to stay hydrated than it is to eat food and then get yourself into more problems. So what I do is I make up my own meals individually, and to do that just get some freezer bags with a Ziploc, and then whatever your meals are you can label these individually into the right size portions, and they're much easier to handle when you're on the trail. Now breakfast, I carry muesli. Muesli is brilliant because it's about 350 calories per 100 grams, and so I add that into one of these bags, a couple of 100 grams, whatever you think you need. Then I add in a whole load of extra sugar, so I probably end up with a 500 calorie breakfast. And then when I'm ready in the morning, I warm up some water and I pour that into this bag, mix it around a bit, and it's a nice warm breakfast. If you prefer to have milk added, then add some milk powder when you make these bags up, and then when you add your water, obviously that turns into milk, makes it really nice. This is really cheap, a couple of quid, isn't it, for a kilo, and it's really nice. Then lunch I don't really eat, so what I tend to do is make up a trail mix and just snack all day. So I buy really cheap fruit and nut mix, and then to that I add some sweets with some dolly mixtures, something like that. The reason I don't have a big lunch is because it's better to snack during the day to keep your energy levels up. Also, I tend to find if I sit down for too long having a big lunch, you get cold, you get stiff, and I'd rather just keep moving until you get to wherever it is you're going to camp. If this isn't enough to keep me going, I always carry powdered soup, so I can make up a soup if I'm cold, just to keep your energy levels and your warmth there. So the main meal, that's probably the most important and biggest meal. It's got to taste nice, but it's got to be light and it's got to be cheap. Couscous. Couscous is a miracle food. Obviously it's full of carbohydrates, absolutely ram full. What does it say here? It's got per 100 grams, let's see, 153 calories per 100 grams. So you could easily eat a couple of 100 grams of that. Now, it's pretty basic and it's pretty tasteless. So what you want to do, if you're going to make it up, is get some cheap instant soups. These cost 15p for 4, and these are a bit more expensive, but they're really nice. So what I do is I weigh out my couscous into these bags, add in a sachet of your soup, whatever's your preference, and then roll it up and leave it. So when you're ready to cook, it's a simple case of boiling up some water. You want to boil up twice as much water as you've got weight of couscous. Pour that in, and I've made this, which is an insulated bubble wrap bag. That goes inside, leave it for 10 minutes, take it out, and it's cooked, ready to go. So there's no simmering, so you're going to save loads of fuel, so you have to carry less, which is brilliant. Also saves you money because you're not burning off your gas. If you are going really lightweight and you don't want to make something like this, although I reckon you could probably use one of those jiffy bags that you send through the post if you don't want to make something like this. If you are going super light and you're confident enough with your zip tie, once this is sealed up, I reckon you could wrap this into your sleeping bag. That'll keep the heat in and get it all cooking nicely. if you want to go really posh, I found these. This is a tuna steak in olive oil. So that is not too heavy. Let's see, this weighs 150 grams. That can be added to your couscous, will make a really, really nice meal, but at the sacrifice of a fair bit of weight. But it's still lighter than a tin can of tuna, probably nicer. That's a bit of a luxury really. I don't tend to bother with that, because that bumps your price up for your meal no end. So to finish, you could spend £4.50 on one meal, or you could spend, what's this, that whole lot there cost me 60p, and that's about 3 or 4 days supply of couscous, and these were 15p for 4, so you could make yourself a really good meal there for about 30p. Loads of calories, that'll keep you going. At the end of the day, it's fuel, isn't it? You're not there for a gourmet meal. Check out my other videos and see if I can save you some more money.